June the 1st, hurricane season officially starts today, but are you prepared?
In just a few hours. Well, today is June 1st, and that means the start of hurricane season. This year we're expecting 5 to 7 hurricanes, but a new Red Cross poll shows half the residents along the coast won't be prepared. Besides
structural damage and flooding, one of the effects of a storm is the loss of electricity. 1996, for example, Hurricane Fran left about 800,000 CP&L customers without power. And this morning we've joined by Keith Poston from CP&L. Good to have you with us.
Good morning. Good to be here.
How many would lose during Floyd?
Well, Floyd, we had a little over 500,000 customers, and so it wasn't as bad as Hurricane Fran, but of course the flooding, very different kind of situation.
And that made recovery efforts tough.
It sure did, and we had there's always new challenges. It seems with every hurricane is different, but with Hurricane Floyd and the terrible flooding in eastern North Carolina, we had line and service crews literally restoring power from boats and helicopters. So it was quite a logistical challenge, but we're real proud of our effort and our guys that work out in the field to do that kind of work.
Have you learned some new things out of those two major hurricanes that we've had in the past 5 years?
We have, and we always, we learn each time we have a storm. We'd like to limit some of those learning experiences this year, but we've learned how to better mobilize our crews. We bring in as many times up to 7,000 to 8,000 crews from out of state. So we've learned how to get them in closer to the path of the storm safely, where we can begin restoring power immediately. We've made some technology improvements at our customer service center and with our line and service crew, so we can better tell our customers not only when the power, that we're going to get the power back on quickly, but when it's going to be on. That's important for our customers to know.
Get the information out. Now we have some good information now for our viewers to see this morning, and we first want to talk about what we should do when a storm threatens our area. What would you recommend?
Well, one of the first things you should do is check your supplies. We would not recommend waiting until a storm is threatening to get out to the store. I think we've seen what that kind of situation is like. Water, canned goods, dry goods. Unplug major appliances. In addition to having bottled water, we recommend filling a tub with water before the storm. Again, many times you don't have the water supply immediately after a storm. Of course, one of the very important things you can do is monitor the weather and check the same thing that we do, which is to heed all safety evacuation orders. That's critically important. I doubt that many North Carolinians, especially after Hurricane Fran, take hurricane warnings lightly, but it's something that we need to remind people.
What really impresses me, I think from the past, especially how you do get people to come in from out of state. Is there a network ready to respond, or is that just kind of how does that work?
Oh, well, there is. In fact, we have mutual aid agreements with other utility companies that we set up in advance, and that's actually really the backbone of the storm response system. The utility companies are all very proud, of course, to send their workers to help each other out. We can't afford, no company can afford to keep 7,000 to 8,000 people on year-round, so they come in. We'll have workers from Florida, from as far away as Chicago, coming down to help out, and that's one of the logistical challenges is of course having a place for all these folks to stay and work from, having all the supplies on hand ready for them to use. So that's one of the big things we learned. One thing that our customers probably don't know is, in addition to those guys, we mobilize literally thousands of our own workers who work for the company doing other things that aren't storm related. So we might have lawyers and accountants out directing out-of-state crews in the neighborhoods and towns where they live. So it is really a company-wide effort when a storm strikes.
All right. Keith, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
I feel better. I think we're ready.
We are ready.
All right. Good.
He's keeping us informed, and so is Chris Thompson.
Yeah, hope for a quiet year this year. Kind of a rough morning this morning with some showers out there. We'll start with live Doppler 5000 and let you know where it's raining right now.